The moment the ship arrived at the harbor, the captain asked the people on board to step out in an orderly manner. Ye Tian and the group stepped out and went into the city. Our boy was surprised to see the size of the Demon Sea base. Yuling explained to him that the Demon Sea base is divided into several districts. While they were walking, a car parked in front of them. Our boy was surprised to see this. A man in a suit stepped out of the car. With a smile on his face, the man introduced himself as a chauffeur of the Martial Pavilion's Demon Sea base. The chauffeur welcomed Yuling to the Demon Sea base. Our boy was surprised to see the car which came to pick Yuling up. He realized that the Martial Pavilion had more money than he expected. Yuling ordered her assistant to take Yu to the Martial Pavilion. She asked the two girls to get some rest. With a smile on her face, Xiao Yu accepted this order. As Xiao Yu pushed her towards the car, Yu called out to her brother. Ye Tian asked his sister not to worry about him. Yu was not convinced by what her brother said. She asked Ye Tian to come back to her. She reminded him that she will be waiting for him. Ye Tian smiled at his sister to reassure her. He told her that he will come back. Ye Tian and Yuling watched the car as it drove off. After they could no longer see the car, Yuling took out an elastic band and told our boy that they need to get down to business. The scene shifts and we are taken to a different district in the Demon Sea base. In this district, we see a helicopter flying to check on the people gathered below. Among the numerous people on the ground was Ye Tian and Yuling. Our boy told Yuling that a lot of average martial warriors are gathered in the area. Yuling explained to Ye Tian that the martial warriors came to watch because it is not every day they see great martial warriors. While people were talking, an old man noticed that the dimensional rift had appeared. The old man alerted the rest of the people in the area. When everyone looked up, they saw a small glowing hole in the sky. Ye Tian was surprised to see the size of the rift. He asked Yuling if it is possible for everyone to pass through such a small hole. The pavilion master smiled when she heard this. She told our boy that they cannot enter the rift with its current size. She told him that the hole needs to be broken with force. Ye Tian was shocked to hear this. He did not understand what Yuling was talking about. Immediately Yuling said this. A man began to float in the air. The people in the area were shocked to see the man. One of the warriors told everyone that the man in the air is King Yunhe. Everyone was shocked to see King Yun flying towards the rift. Yuling pointed at King Yun and told our boy that the man is a king rank powerhouse. Ye Tian was surprised to hear this. He realized that a king rank is the next rank after a grandmaster. Yunhe is a king rank powerhouse that comes from the Yun family of the Demon Sea base. People call him King Yunhe. Our boy could not believe that the Demon Sea base had such a powerful person. He became curious about how King Yunhe was going to break the rift. While in the air, Yunhe took his finger out of his pocket. With a bright smile on his face, Yunhe raised his finger up. The moment he did this, he released a small amount of energy from his finger. Immediately King Yunhe released some energy. A giant finger appeared in the sky. The warriors below were shocked to see this. A man asked the people around him about the secret technique which Yunhe is using. King Yunhe began to release more energy. He bent his body and pointed his finger at the rift. The moment he did this, the giant finger pressed the rift. The finger pressed and punctured a hole in the rift. The hole in the sky widened. The people below were shocked to see this. They began to hail Yunhe. They called him an awesome person. Yunhe moved to the ground and landed in the middle of the crowd. When our boy saw Yunhe in front of him, he became curious about the man's talent. Ye Tian decided to check King Yunhe's talent. When Ye Tian checked Yunhe's status window, he saw that King Yunhe had a transcendent cultivation talent and he had a novice tier spatial talent. Our boy was surprised to see a transcendent cultivation talent. He realized that the next tier after Apex tier is Transcendent tier. Ye Tian was happy to see a new tier of talent. He decided to copy the talent. While the people were hailing Yunhe, someone talks to them through a speaker. The person announced that the secret realm is now open. The person asked the participants to get ready. He told them that they will enter the secret realm in 5 minutes' time. As Yunhe walked forward, people continued to hail him. Our boy watched as the man walked forward. He remembered that Yunhe also had a spatial talent. Ye Tian was curious about how such a talent would work. He wanted to copy it, but he could not do anything due to his talent's restrictions. He decided to copy the talent the next time he sees King Yunhe. Ye Tian did not completely feel bad because he had already gotten a huge gain by raising his cultivation talent to the Transcendent tier. Yuling brought out a watch and a pouch for our boy. She explained to Ye Tian that the pouch is known as an interdimensional storage pouch. It is used to store many things. The watch is a GPS tracking watch that can display the location of one's partner. The pavilion master asked our boy to take the items. Ye Tian thanked her for her help. Yuling explained to our boy that they can land in different locations in the secret realm. She asked our boy to do his best to regroup with her. She told Ye Tian that it will be bad for them if they cannot leave the secret realm within a month. She explained to him that they will have to wait for 10 years for the secret realm to reopen if they cannot leave within a month. Our boy was surprised to hear this. He told Yuling that he completely understands. While the two were talking, a huge man appeared behind our boy, with a terrifying tone in his voice. The man called Yuling sis and asked her if Ye Tian is the professional which she mentioned. The man did not believe that Ye Tian was actually a great martial warrior. He asked Yuling if she is sure about our boy's identity. The other warriors were terrified to feel the huge man's aura. A warrior wearing a tracksuit said that our boy is doomed for having a dangerous opponent focus on him. Another warrior told the tracksuit man that it is better they don't stay near the huge man. Yuling released some energy and asked the man named Yu Chao to be respectful to Ye Tian. She told Yu Chao that Ye Tian is her friend. Yu Chao tapped Ye Tian's back and told Yuling that he cannot be respectful to some loser who came from a tiny town and stole his friend's place in the secret realm. The huge idiot called our boy a loser. He believed that Ye Tian did not react because he was scared. Oddly enough, Ye Tian did not say anything to the idiot. Yu Chao asked Ye Tian to return back to his small town and drink his milk. He told our boy that he does not want to see him in the secret realm. Immediately he said this, he walked away. After he left, Ye Tian asked Yuling if Yu Chao always acts so brazen. The pavilion master did not know what to say to our boy. She felt ashamed. While they were talking, the announcer tells them that they can now enter the secret realm. The person wished the groups a safe and fruitful adventure. Immediately the announcer said this. A group of people flew into the rift. Yuling told our boy that it is better if they also enter. The two decided to jump in. The people below were excited to see another group entering the rift. The scene shifts and we see Yu Yi in the car. Our girl prayed that her brother will be safe in the secret realm. In the next scene, we see someone fall into the secret realm. The person turns out to be Ye Tian. Our boy crashed when he landed in the realm. He quickly stood up to look around. When Ye Tian looked up, he saw a red sky and withered trees. In front of our boy was a large traditional house. While looking at the building in front of him, something hits Ye Tian's shoe. When our boy bent down to see what was next to his shoe, he saw a flower. He picked up the flower to get a closer look at it. Ye Tian was surprised to see that he was holding a 100-year-old spirit ginseng. When our boy looked around him, he saw a large amount of the spirit ginseng. Ye Tian was happy to see the amount of spirit ginseng in front of him. He realized that he was going to become rich. Our boy took out his storage pouch. He pointed the pouch at the large garden in front of him. Immediately he did this. The pouch drew the spirit ginsengs into itself. Upon seeing how bulky his pouch was, Ye Tian said that his greedy sister would faint if she saw the amount of spirit ginseng he took. Our boy decided to explore the area for more treasures. While walking around, Ye Tian saw a dead martial artist on the ground. Our boy could tell that the man was attacked by monsters the moment he landed in the secret realm. Ye Tian realized that he should never let his guard down in the secret realm. While looking at the body, our boy's watch began to beep. When Ye Tian looked at his watch, he realized that Yuling was in trouble. The scene shifts and we see something smack Yuling. Our girl held her sword and tried to stand up. Unfortunately for her, she was already too weak. While trembling, Yuling prayed that Ye Tian would come to save her. The monsters, which turned out to be goblins, moved closer to Yuling when they saw that she had gotten weaker. Ye Tian ran towards Yuling at his top speed. As he ran forward, our boy saw more traditional buildings in the secret realm. After running for a while, Ye Tian arrived at the front of a huge building. Inside the building, we see Yuling barely hanging on as she fought two goblins. While she was fighting the goblins, another one jumped from the ceiling. The goblin used its club to smack Yuling on the head. Yuling's body began to shake when she received the attack. The goblin put its club behind its head and watched as our girl suffered. Yuling realized that she no longer had any strength. She did not know what to do. As the goblin swung its club at our girl, she prayed that Ye Tian would come to her rescue. Before the goblin's club could touch our girl, Ye Tian appeared out of nowhere and kicked the monster away. Yuling was shocked to see our boy. Ye Tian crushed the goblin's head and knocked it into a wall. The other two goblins were shocked to see our boy. Yuling was more shocked to see our boy in front of her. Ye Tian looked at Yuling and asked her to leave the rest to him. He took out his blade and used it to cut one of the goblins. The other two monsters became terrified when they saw this. They turned around and tried to run away. When our boy saw this, He used his hand to crush the head of the monster he was fighting. He easily closed the gap between himself and the monsters. He used his blade to tear the monsters apart. While watching our boy at work, Yuling realized that Ye Tian can help her in achieving her father's unfulfilled wish. After taking care of the monsters, Ye Tian walked up to the pavilion master. He asked her about what happened to her. Our boy knew that Yuling was strong enough to take care of such weak goblins. He asked our girl to tell him how the goblins were able to injure her. Yuling smiled when she heard this. She told our boy that she was not injured by the goblins. She stood up and explained to Ye Tian that she got wounded by a demonic eye python. This is a high-tier monster with an illusion talent. Yuling had used a forbidden technique to escape the python, but she was ambushed by the goblins when she was weak. Our boy was surprised to hear what happened. As Yuling walked forward, she told our boy that the secret realm does not only have precious treasures, but also a high possibility of dying. She told Ye Tian that the fight has only just began. Yuling took out an elixir and drank it. She sat in a lotus position and began to regain her strength. Seeing that Yuling had a better understanding of the secret realm than him, Ye Tian asked if she knows the location of the most precious treasure. He asked her if she knows the location of the natural and rare treasures. According to Yuling, the most precious treasure in the secret realm is the Vitality Stone Quarry. Unfortunately, the Yun family already has their eyes on large resources like the Vitality Stone. Our boy realized that Yuling was talking about the family of Yun He. He asked her if she also has her eyes on the Vitality Stone Quarry. Our girl told Ye Tian that she does not have an interest in the stone. With a serious look on her face, Yuling told Ye Tian that she wants to find the treasure which her father left behind for her. Our boy was shocked to hear this. According to Yuling, her father found an extremely rare treasure when he came to the secret realm 20 years ago. Unfortunately, the treasure was guarded by a monster with a spatial talent, so Yuling's father was not able to get it. Yuling revealed to our boy that her goal is to get the treasure. Ye Tian asked the pavilion master if there is actually a monster with a spatial talent. Yuling assured him that the monster exists. According to Yuling's father, the monster has a mid-tier spatial talent. It is an incredibly dangerous monster. Ye Tian remembered that King Yun he only had a novice-tier spatial talent, yet he was about to face a monster with mid-tier spatial talent. Our boy bit his lips in excitement. He assured himself that he would get the talent. When she was done healing herself, Yuling stretched out her body. Upon seeing how flexible she was, she told our boy that she is healed enough to move. Our boy asked Yuling if she can share more about the treasure she is looking for. Our girl did not see anything wrong with sharing information. She told our boy that it is fine because he is her comrade. Yuling revealed to our boy that the treasure is known as the Divine Soul Flower. It is a treasure that can help anyone raise their cultivation talent to the peak. One of the stalks of the Divine Soul Flower can create a genius or an apex tier grandmaster. A single Divine Soul Flower can allow a person reign over somewhere like the Linhai base. Ye Tian was shocked to hear this. Yuling pointed at our boy and told him that he and Yi also need this treasure. This was not completely true. Ye Tian did not need such a useless item because he could always raise his talent, but Yi could actually use it. Our boy asked Yuling about the amount of stalks the Divine Flower has. Yuling did not know the amount of stalks the Divine Flower had left. According to her, there were 10 stalks 20 years ago. However, because of the passage of time, some of the stalks may have been damaged and some might have been proliferated. Yuling knew that the biggest problem in finding a treasure with a partner is that there won't be enough treasure to share with your partner. Our girl assured Ye Tian that she will share the treasure equally. She told her boy that he has to promise her something in order for them to split the treasure equally. She asked Ye Tian to promise to do his best against the monster. Ye Tian smiled and accepted this condition. The two shook hands to start their partnership. The two began to run towards a particular destination. Ye Tian asked Yuling if she knows the exact location of the treasure. Yuling asked our boy to not worry about it. She asked him to simply follow her. As Ye Tian watched Yuling run in front of him, he says that the Divine Soul Flower is an impressive treasure, but he was more interested in the spatial talent. As they ran into a forest, Ye Tian asked our girl if she has a plan. Our boy believed that Yuling must have a plan because her father thought about the secret realm for 20 years. The pavilion master told our boy that she has a plan. Yuling took out an item and threw it at our boy. Ye Tian was shocked to see the item. Yuling told our boy that he is holding a formation array plate. She revealed to Ye Tian that her father paid a formation master a lot of money for him to make the plate. The formation pattern on the plate is called the Forbidden Spatial Array. It is used to reduce the effectiveness of a spatial talent. Our boy was surprised to hear this. He could not believe that such an item actually existed. Yuling told our boy that everything that can be useful must have something that can counteract it. According to our girl, something is only an invincible existence when its natural enemy has not been found. Our boy felt weird when he heard this. He wondered about what his talent's natural enemy was. The pavilion master told our boy that they should not put all their hopes on the formation array plate. According to Yuling, the formation array is only useful for 3 seconds, and it must be used within 800 meters of the target. Yuling's original plan was to activate the formation array and use her forbidden technique to fight the monster. Unfortunately for her, she had already used her forbidden arts to hide from the demonic eye python. Thanks to this, she won't be able to activate her forbidden arts for a short period of time. The pavilion master told our boy that she can no longer delay the acquisition of the treasure. With a smile on his face, Ye Tian asked Yuling to stop explaining herself. He told her that he will do his best to assist her. Yuling smiled when she heard this. After running for a while, Yuling stopped moving. Ye Tian did not understand why they stopped running. He asked our girl if something is wrong. While looking down at a cave from a cliff, Yuling told our boy that they have arrived at their destination. She told Ye Tian that the divine soul flower and the monster are inside the cave. Our boy asked Yuling if he should begin the attack. The pavilion master told Ye Tian that it takes time to set up the formation array. She told him that he will lure the monster out once she is done with the formation array. While sleeping in its cave, the monster opened its eyes. It sensed the presence of our boy and Yuling. Ye Tian immediately felt the monster's pressure. A portal appeared behind them. When Ye Tian turned around, he saw the monster in the air. Yuling was shocked to see the monster. She realized that the monster also had the sensory ability which people with spatial talent usually possess. The monster glared at the two while it was in the air. Ye Tian took a look at the monster's status window. The monster is known as a teleportation bat. Its bloodline talent is apex tier. Its spatial talent is mid-tier, and its gigantism talent is also mid-tier. Our boy was impressed to see that the monster actually had a mid-tier spatial talent. Ye Tian quickly stopped staring at the monster. He told Yuling that he will stall the bat. He asked her to set up the formation array. Our girl accepted the order and thanked Ye Tian. She quickly distanced herself from our boy. The moment Yuling ran, the monster teleported in front of Ye Tian and used its claw to cut our boy. Instead of focusing on his wound, Ye Tian was more surprised by the teleportation ability. He realized that teleportation was much different from speed. The bat knocked Ye Tian down from the cliff. Our boy crashed into the ground. Of course, this wound did not mean anything to him. Our boy was impressed with the bat's ability. He decided to drag out the fight for fun. He stood up and activated his healing talent. He took out his blade and took a stance. While Ye Tian was fighting, Yuling also took a stance. She put her hand together and began to channel some energy into the formation array. Yuling hoped that our boy would last against the bat. The scene shifts and we see the monster staring at Ye Tian. It was surprised to see that our boy was not dead. It decided to attack him again. Our boy saw the monster coming towards him at full speed. When the monster got close to Ye Tian, it teleported and appeared behind our boy. It tried to crush Ye Tian's head with its leg. Fortunately for our boy, he felt some energy behind him. The monster launched its attack and crushed the rocks in the area. To the bat's surprise, Ye Tian was not on the ground. We see our boy standing next to the bat. He told the monster that his speed will not be outdone by its teleportation. Almost as if the bat understood our boy, it teleported to Ye Tian's front and tried to tear his face off. Before the monster's claws could touch our boy, he activated his speed talent and dodged the attack. He jumped and took a stance. He and the monster began to exchange blows. While fighting, Ye Tian called out to Yuling. He asked her about the amount of time left for the formation to be complete. The pavilion master told our boy that she needs 3 more seconds. The moment our boy spoke to Yuling, the bat teleported. Ye Tian quickly realized that he messed up. The bat appeared above Yuling. It rushed to attack her. Yuling was shocked to see the monster coming towards her. Before the bat could touch our girl, Ye Tian appeared in front of her and kicked its head. The moment Ye Tian did this, Yuling finished preparing the formation array. She placed her hand on the ground and asked the formation array to activate. Immediately she did this. The plate flew to the top of the bat. When the plate arrived at the top of the bat, it released a large array over the monster. The array pushed and suppressed the monster. Yuling became relieved when she saw this. She could not believe that they actually succeeded. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want part 15 of this recap, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.